I'm doing something different because my goal is to film and record, film and upload actually, a 10-minute YouTube video every single day for 365 days. Normally I make those videos sitting down in my room on the bed, or I'll film them while I'm walking somewhere. Today, because I have this beautiful assistant that you can't see behind the camera, but maybe she says hello.
Hi.
Because I have her riding shotgun with me, I decided, hey, let's film a video while I'm driving. And today's topic, you probably clicked on this video because you're thinking, oh, well, I don't want to miss out on this, right? It's kind of a hidden gem, possibly. No idea how many subscribers I have at this point. No idea how many views this video has. Maybe this video has over 300,000 views and you still clicked on it. Who knows? But I want to talk to you about goals because you're probably setting them wrong. Probably. Because I know I did for a long time. That's how I know you probably are struggling with this too. I made it to professional basketball. I made it to being a published author. I made it to being somebody who everybody, well, not everybody, but a lot of people looked up to and wanted to have the same lifestyle as me. But I still didn't know how goals worked. I didn't know how ambition was supposed to work. And I fell into the trap of feeling like if I didn't reach my goals, I wasn't worth anything. Seriously. So I was playing professional basketball, something that I dreamed about since I was a kid, something that so many kids dream about, something that a lot of adults dream about, young adults. But I was miserable because I didn't understand that goals are not set to be achieved. What does that mean? If I'm setting a goal, you're a basketball player, you're saying the goal is the basket, right? How in the world can you have the goal of making the basket and say that goals aren't set to be achieved? And let me tell you exactly why. Because when you're setting a goal, it's not about achieving the goal. Me becoming a professional basketball player, that wasn't on my heart and in my mind so that I could make a lot of baskets, so I could score so many points. That's not why God put that on my heart and on my mind. Not at all. It was put on my heart and on my mind because I was supposed to go to the different cities that I played in. I just got done with my 7th year and I've played in 8 different cities. How many people do you meet living in that many cities? I never would have moved out to Germany had it not been for basketball. Had it not been for my goal to make it to the NBA. And not just make it to the NBA, but to be one of the greatest basketball players who ever lived. Yeah, that's what my mind was set on when I was 6 years old. Because I thought, if I'm going to play the game of basketball, I'm going to be the greatest basketball player I can be. And why would my greatest that I can be any less than anyone else's? That was my logic, and that's still my logic. You might call that arrogant, you might call that whatever, but I'm not setting my goal to achieve it. I'm setting my goal to challenge myself to be something that I wouldn't be if I didn't have that goal in mind, if I didn't have that vision. Because if I went out of this house, if I got in this car, and I didn't have a goal of where I was going to go, I would not get anywhere. And I would run out of gas. Let me say that one more time. If I would have gotten into this car, sat down, I could have turned the car on perfectly. I could have a full tank. This could be the fastest car ever. If I don't know where I'm driving to, I'm not going to get anywhere. If I just drive straight ahead, drive fast, I'm not going to end up anywhere. I'm going to end up on the side of the road needing to call a tow truck. It does not matter how expensive my car is. It doesn't matter what the top speed is, how quickly it accelerates, if it's an electric car, hybrid, diesel, whatever. This thing is going to run out of gas if I don't have a destination in mind. It's not about getting to the destination. Because if I say, hey, I'm going to take a road trip to Los Angeles. I'm in Georgia right now, so that's a heck of a road trip. But let's say, hey, we're going to take this car, we're going to go to LA. Guess what? That is going to need some stops. That road trip is going to need some stops. I can't make it in this car from here in Georgia all the way to LA. I'm going to have to stop. I might have to spend a night somewhere. I'm going to have to discover America along the way. I'm going to have to stop and get food, something to drink. I'm going to have to stop and get gas. Like I said, I might have to stop and sleep. That big of a goal, right? That big of a goal, if I set that and I go for it, maybe I only make it to Texas. Maybe I say, man, Dallas is excellent. Dallas is where I wanted to be this entire time. Maybe I decide I don't even want to go to LA. Maybe the goal of going to LA was to bring me to Texas all along. Maybe. But I encourage you, and I understand it's an analogy, but keep it in mind, you have your LA that you're going for, that you're taking your road trip to. And you might be in Texas right now. I challenge you, go to LA. Make it there. Make it there. And then decide, is it for you or is it not? Put yourself in that situation, if possible. That's why for me, I love the game of basketball. Right now, what's going on in the NBA, for example, the way the game's being played by some guys, I'm not the biggest fan of. There are some guys, I love how they play the game of basketball in the NBA. But the flashiness, the focus isn't on the love of the game of basketball. That's what bothers me. With some guys, I see some guys treating it like a job. For me, basketball has never been a job. It's always been something that I've loved to do. And I just got done working out in the gym just now. And I loved every minute of it. That does not mean people think, oh, because everyone says, hey, do what you love and you'll never work a day in your life. Just because I love the game of basketball does not mean I'm feeling great about every single thing I do. Because guess what? After I got done on the court, and I had a lot of fun doing that, my work on the basketball court today was excellent. So much fun. But on my schedule, on my to-do list, I had a lift that I did not want to do. It had gotten late, and there was nothing I wanted to do more than to leave that gym without lifting. And there's this thing that we do if we have a situation where we know what the right thing to do is, but there's kind of that thing that pops up in your mind, like, hey, so in this example, we know we're supposed to lift, but there's this idea of like, hey, maybe a recovery walk isn't so bad either. I carry dice with me, multiple, and we roll. She takes one, I take one, and we roll until we get doubles. And odd doubles is one decision, and even doubles is the other decision. And then we go with that decision. In this case, the dice said to lift, and we rolled with it. And after having lifted, I feel so much better. I feel like I took a step forward. Not because it's fun to do. It did become fun. It did become something that I could enjoy once I got the momentum going. But in the moment when it was time to go up into that weight room, it was not what I wanted to do. But because of my love for the game, because of my goals, because I said on my to-do list, I set the goal, hey, get this lift done. These are the exercises. I went up in that weight room and I did it. Had I not put that on my to-do list, had I not set the exercises beforehand, had I not said, hey, I want to be the greatest basketball player I can be. I want to be as ready as possible for this next season. There's no way I would have gotten up to lift. We're going to cut this real quick and keep it going outside. We're here in the fresh, great outdoors. It's a national park close to where we live. Oh, tripped over a branch. So, how do you set goals then? What kind of goals should you be setting? Now, I'm not going to act like I have all the answers, but I'm going to tell you what worked for me, because that's all I can do. For me, setting a goal that will challenge me to be more than who I am, right? That's a key. Taking the lift, for example, that's a small goal, right? That lift, after you lift, you're getting better. Your body is getting stronger. Your conditioning, depending on what kind of lift. For me, I do high intensity training. I try to stay in the weight room for an hour or less. So I get through it. It's circuit training. So there's conditioning in there as well. So yeah, you're going to come out just in a little bit better shape than you walked in. Number 2, that goal should take you somewhere. It might be out of your comfort zone. It might be literally somewhere else. And number 3, it should help you benefit others. And that's what that lift did for me today, right? I didn't want to do it. And as soon as those dice said double sixes, by the way, we did roll again because one dice hit her foot and I said it didn't count. That's how badly I didn't want to lift. And guess what? We rolled again. Double sixes. So that's what I'm saying. For me, I gamify my life in those little ways to just keep things fresh. Hey, it's a decision. I know what the right decision is, but hey, let's leave it up to chance. And I believe God kind of steps into those moments. You can believe whatever you want. For me, that's how I view it. That's me giving it up to God and saying, hey, what do you think about this? And he answers with the right thing every single time. And I knew at that moment, okay, there's something deeper behind this. Because in the grand scheme of things, with my goal of being the best basketball player I can be, just driving directly here and going on this walk, yeah, it would have been good too. I probably wouldn't have noticed any of the negative effects of not lifting. But I wouldn't have been able to tell you that story today on this video. And maybe I would have been able to tell you a different story, but who knows how that would have impacted you. So that last step is something that I haven't heard anybody talk about when it comes to setting goals, when it comes to challenging yourself, when it comes to getting out of your comfort zone, when it comes to being ambitious. I've heard so many people talk about I, you. But this world, this is a we world. You and I are sharing this moment right now. And who knows if I'm even alive at this point when you're watching this. Can't tell you. All I know is I'm alive in this moment. And you're alive in this moment. Watching this. Sharing this with me. Sharing these beautiful green trees down here in Georgia. You could be wherever else in the world. I know one of you is in South Africa for sure. If you're watching this, shout out. Drop a comment if you're watching this. And just let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where we're sharing this moment together. And let me know what goals you used to set and what goals you're going to set moving forward. Tell me how they're challenging you. Tell me where they're taking you. And tell me how they're going to help benefit others when you achieve them. I have a lot of big goals going on right now. Like I said at the beginning of the video, this is part of one of my major goals, which is building this community, building this channel into a place where you can come every single day and just get 1% better, take one step forward, and share some time walking around, driving around, sitting around with a friend who might have experienced some different things than you. And if we've experienced the same things, then we get to share those, which is awesome as well. So I would hate for you to miss out on the future posts and the future days of this, because yeah, it's not just a 365-day thing, it's an everyday thing. I see myself doing this for the rest of my life. Maybe that changes. I'm only 25, but for the foreseeable future, I will be doing this every day because it's helping me just as much as it's helped other people, which I'm proud to say that people have reached out to me and said, hey, keep these up. They're helping me. So if you're one of those people, just let me know you're here. And yeah, just remember that the best is yet to come. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow or on the next video, which should be here. And the option to subscribe should be here. I'll see you wherever you choose to see me next. And who knows if she'll make an appearance too.